It's time for another Adventure Time drawing. So this time I got another request. These have been very, very popular to draw Lady Rainicorn. So I'm going to just try real quick. For this one, I'd start with a big arch. Lightly sketch an arch. And this is pretty tricky, just because there's a lot of lines. But put the arch that way, and then make another arch, just like a rainbow. And keep it about even throughout the whole arch. You don't want it to be too wide at one section. So like that. Then towards the end down here, it stretches out. And basically what you want to do is, where the end of it is, and this is going to be pretty quick because she's kind of tricky to draw, and as long as you get the basic outline. So the two little feet in the back, just little feet, they have no toes. One just goes like that, and then the other little one, same little thing. So that's important. Get the 2 feet. Actually, I think this one can be a little wider apart. I'm going to make it a little wider apart just to show, more depth. To kind of draw it like that. Then she has this little tail. I'm trying to make a horse noise. I cannot make a horse noise. This is embarrassing. So this little fluffy little tail here. It's adventure time. We're having lots of fun at adventure time. And then go back and make the arch more defined. And like I said, the best technique to draw an arch is put your wrist down and pivot your wrist. It works amazing because you can't really draw an arch any other way that's going to be as good. So just pivot it and then rotate the paper, This is a free country. We are free to rotate the paper. And so just draw that so you got this long arch. Then for the front, the hair is going to cover a lot of it. But the front legs are a little higher than the back. So you can see how the back... So start the front a little higher. And just make a little arch down like a smile. And these legs in the front are long. Like that. And then the other one long. And they're kind of skinny. But here's the defining feature of Lady Rainicorn. This arches up and it's her face. And the eyes are much like Jake the dog. But for the face, start it about right here. And very simply, it's just going to be, most of it is going to be covered with hair. But it's just a simple little shape down, and this arches, and it just rounds at the end. It's a very simple shape, but it's kind of hard to draw. So you just draw this little shape towards the end. Like that. And then a little smile. She's got this cute little smile there. And then the eye. Here's the trick. The eye sits about right there. You don't want to draw it too big, but you want to make it enough. And the eye is just like Jake the dog, where the back of the eye is darker. So all this gets blackened in. Like that. So it's kind of like that. And that's pretty much how you draw the main body. Then she's got the horn. This is cool. I love this character too. And so this just comes in a little bit so you can erase the guideline we did. And just make it, it's pretty long. It's almost the length of this whole part going down. You just make it point up and point up, and it ends in a sharp point. It's not... it's a pretty sharp point. So that's that. And then for the rest, all you got to do is draw the mane. I believe that's what it's called, the mane. And the mane will just kind of arch in and dip. And what the mane does, see where you drew this? You can erase it about halfway of the body. Halfway of that mark we started with. And finish that. It'll kind of come up and curl around. And just follow that. Do the same thing. Pivot your hand. and bring it in. Now make these nice little designs, and really capture that it's fluffy and soft, and curve it around. Then as it gets toward the bottom, make sure you erase that line good. As you get towards the bottom of it, it's actually going to curve outward. We'll make it curve outward here. And it'll just curve out. And it'll end, and then it'll come back up. And it's very fluffy the way the whole hair is, and just comes in and kind of comes back up like that. That's kind of the main. The big thing is make sure you make it look soft and fluffy. And erase these lines. And then last but not least, the feet. They have a little, one line there, another line halfway, another one, then a line there. You make these lines very light, because these are the rainbow colors, all the different colors. And she doesn't have a line around her face. The last line ends there. And then do the same thing on the back. Line here, line towards the end of the feet, line towards the middle, and a line here. And basically, the way these lines form, they make a little circle on the stomach. So they're going to form like this oval shape, because you're seeing the bottom side. So as it arches towards the top, it's going to go lower in, so you won't see it as much. And you just make these lines very light. I hope that makes sense. So the other line, it's like an oval, and you just make this oval shape come in, and it arches like that, and you can shade it in the oval shape, and it's just going to go all the way around. From the other line. And then for the final lines, just it goes all the way around, wraps around, and this is the last. You have this line, then same thing with another line. And so just draw these lines, but the most important one is you get this line in, because this is kind of the bottom of her stomach. I'm sorry if my curves aren't great right now. I'm just trying to do this fairly quickly just so you get the basic format. So another line, this line under the hair, and then real quick I'll just shade the hair in, so give it some depth. And that's pretty much it. That's how you draw her. Make this very dark around the eye here. Then you can put on her feet, just go back and shade every other line, and that gives it the effect of a rainbow. You can do it how you want. You can actually color it, search online for the images to see the colors. I'm just going back and doing every other line a shade like this real quickly. And that kind of gives it some depth, but that's how you draw Lady Rainicorn from Adventure Time. Let me just make sure it's on the camera. And that's the whole drawing. So hope you liked it. I hope it helped. I'm sorry if I did it too fast, but I just want to capture it. And that's her. This is awesome! I love this. Please check out my other videos. They will pop up here. I got a ton of other Adventure Time. I got so many more coming up. Adventure Time, comic book here. So check them out. And thank you, everybody. I hope you liked it.